There are almost 40,000 wild horses and burros roaming federal land in 10 states, even here in New Mexico, and they're going to be up for adoption this weekend. And here to talk to us about that is Paul with the Horse and Burro Adoption Program, Paul McGuire with the Bureau of Land Management. So thank you so much for being on here today. Tell us about what's going on. These animals are just roaming land, and
a lot of your viewers may know the Bureau of Land Management manages wild horses and burros as part of our multiple use mandate on the public lands. We're responsible for managing many different resources, and wild horses and burros are one of them. Basically what that involves is keeping the wild horse and burro populations in balance, keeping them at a manageable level. And the way we accomplish that is monitoring the populations. When they exceed that level, we'll go and gather animals and remove them from the range, and bring them around the country to places like Albuquerque and offer them to the public for adoption.
Okay, and this isn't a program that somebody dreamed up, right? This is an actual federal law that's in place.
It is. Congress passed a law back in the early 1970s recognizing wild horses and burros as really part of our Western heritage, really iconic symbols. I think you mentioned that, of our Western heritage, and deserving of protection. And they charged the BLM with managing and protecting that resource. And we take that responsibility very seriously.
Now, how do you determine which herds will be rounded up for adoption?
Well, again, it's based on population, and so we check those populations. We monitor them on a regular basis, and when they exceed the set management level, that's when we go in and remove a specified number and make them available for adoption.
Okay, great. Now, tell us about the Wild Horse and Burro Adoption Program.
Well, this weekend, starting today, in fact, today, tomorrow, and Saturday, we're going to be at the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Posse Arena. We brought about 50 wild horses and burros with us. Good selection, adults, yearlings, males and females, so anything you might be looking for. We've got it out there. Simple application process. If you've got the facilities to keep an animal, we'll approve you to adopt up to 4. A very modest adoption fee, $125, and you can take it home with you this weekend.
Okay, well, tell us a little bit about some of the animals. What are they like, and so where are they roaming around?
Well, you mentioned the 10 western states. BLM manages about 250 million acres of public land on behalf of 350 million Americans. And the wild horse and burros are one of the resources we manage on these lands. There's about 200 herds spread out over that vast area that we manage, some large, some small, even a couple in New Mexico. So these horses, as you can see here, are beautiful, majestic animals. They really are emblematic of our Western experience. If you think about America's westward expansion and the many different types of horses that people brought westward, that's what's embodied in the American Mustang. It really is truly a living symbol of our identity as Americans.
Wow.
Very diverse and rugged animal.
Yeah, just a beautiful sight. Now, who can adopt these animals?
You know, it's open to the public. In fact, the event this weekend is free and open to the public. Anyone's welcome to come out, even if you're not interested in adopting. Take a look. Basically, as mentioned, if you've got the facilities to adopt an animal, we'll be happy to let you take one home. We're going to check in on the animal and make sure you're giving it a good home.
Right.
Because that's important.
Okay. What are some of the other qualifications that need to be met?
Well, basically it comes down to your facilities. We want to make sure also you don't have a record of past animal abuse, so you're going to make that declaration on your application, and pay the $125 fee, meet all the requirements of caring for the animal, and you're good to go.
So $125, that's the adoption fee then. Okay, that's not too bad. And is it in a competitive bid process?
Well, we open it up that way. If you have more than one person interested in the same animal, that's the fairest way we've found to sort of decide who gets. But once we finish up with the competitive bid, we just throw it open, first come, first serve. First come, first serve.
Okay, so we of course want to get that information out to you. Let's go ahead and tell our viewers where you can go to adopt a horse or a burro. We'll put that information up on the screen for you. It's August 18th, so today through the 20th. And for more information, you can call 866-4MUSTANGS, or you can go to the website blm.gov/New Mexico or /NM. Thank you so much, Paul, for coming in this morning and talking to us about that really interesting stuff there.
Thank you.
Okay, we appreciate it.